All right, Travis Wayne Goodsell. I'm watching the whistleblower's video. Saw his summary and had gotten into his over an hour long video. Yeah, the church is busted. The church owns Enzyme Peak Advisors, or whatever the A stands for. And he shows the articles of incorporation, that it's the money that it generates is supposed to be used for the religious, educational, and charitable stuff. So yeah, that information was crucial in understanding that the church is busted. I thought that this was a separate entity doing investing for the church, but it turns out that it's a church-owned company and has its own articles of incorporation, and specifically states in the articles of incorporation, in order to get its tax-free status. So yeah, busted. Thank you to the guy who did this for clarifying the information from the news reports, and for whistleblowing. I noticed his title of this thing, Letter to an IRS Director. It seems he's well aware of a letter to a CES Director by Jeremy Russell, is it? It's coming more clear as to this guy's knowledge of the church. And so, yeah, it's very interesting. He shows his family picture, 3 little girls. Don't see a wife in the picture. So, yeah, he may have left the church and lost his wife in the process. Or, I hope not a tragic situation, but yeah, the church is busted. If you're creating a corporation within a corporation, and the articles of that corporation specifically state that the money is supposed to be spent, he's clearly showing that they don't spend anything. It's just a revenue generating machine, where all the billions of dollars just continue to generate more and more interest in and of itself, far beyond their expenses, as he outlines and illustrates. The missionary costs and the other costs in the church. Yeah. So he may beat me to the punch because of the IRS in doing an investigation, if they do an investigation. If they're supportive of Trump, Trump may step in and prevent the IRS from investigating and punishing the church. I don't know. The church does have a close tie with Pence. I thought that was strange. The church always gives the president his genealogy. But instead, in this administration, the church has not given Trump his genealogy, but instead gave Pence his genealogy. And the church this year was visited by Pence. There's no indication that he met with the church leadership, just that one company. So that was strange. but the church has been meeting with Pence through the National Prayer Breakfast and other religious freedom events. And so I'm concerned that this whole concept of getting rid of Trump and putting Pence on the throne of America is the intended reality in this drama play that we're seeing on television with the impeachment. Because the Democrats, they're not pursuing all these other people that are involved in this scandal with Ukraine. Pence is also involved in it, and they're not pursuing articles of impeachment to remove Pence. And if you remember Anonymous, who was supposedly the good deep state within the Trump administration, trying to control Trump, but they agree with his policies and blah blah blah, and then everybody thought it was Pence. And yeah, something's not right. I'm very suspicious. But the church, I can see making a deal with Pence, with this religious freedom movement, to establish the kingdom of Deseret again. And that would be bad news for Utah. If Utah turns into a monarchy, with the church who's behaving in this manner, having a corporation now that has so much money that it's self-generating. The interest alone is more than enough to take care of the whole church in and of itself now. So that's some of my concerns. And if you think that the church isn't going to restore their kingdom, you got another thing coming. It's all about restoring the kingdom. It's supposed to be Jesus' kingdom, but clearly they're not interested in the love of Jesus and giving to the poor. So it's somebody else's kingdom, and we all know who that is. Shout at the devil. So, alrighty, yeah. Find the link. Letter to an IRS director. Type it in the search in Google, Google will find it too. But YouTube, letter to an IRS director.